We've got
the hustle, loyalty, respect T-shirt, the whole.
He's tripping.
We got Dante Corleone, Joe Royer.
22, bro.
Questions for the student athletes.
How excited to get back out there and kind of actually play football with the football and get the spring started, get the season kind of rolling?
Yeah, super excited. You know, we're both older guys. You know, this off-season stuff kind of gets a little old quick, man. So I just want to play football. I know I'm really excited. I know he is as well. And yeah, I think we got a great attitude going in the spring. Practice starting next week.
And not just that, just all the new guys we got. I want to see, how they play in our scheme and on the offensive side of the ball. I'm very excited for this new core of guys we got.
You're both local kids. I know countless kids come in here from the local schools. What are you able to tell them? I mean, you both had different paths here, but how do you sell this team to somebody that's thinking about coming here that's pretty good locally?
Yeah, I tell them it's like the best feeling in the world, staying home and just building your foundation here, building a mark, building a legacy for here. Like this offseason, I'm buying a house. Like I want to, even my dreams of going to the next level. Like I'm always gonna have a home here, and I just love this place. So I try to tell them, like, you necessarily don't have to leave to go to the NFL. You can go to the NFL from Cincinnati. We're just gonna develop you. Nico, Coach Sat, and the rest of the staff is gonna help you get to your goal.
Yeah, and obviously I didn't start my career here, but like Dante said, just being a Cincinnati kid and playing here, there's no better feeling, and I'm super excited and super glad that I'm in the position I'm in now, and I wouldn't want to be playing anywhere else.
It got to be announced that you were coming back at, I think, halftime of the Xavier game. What was that moment like for you? Just as, like you just said, a Cincinnati kid in front of all the fans.
Yeah, it was a surreal feeling. We got a pretty good crowd pop, so just kind of seeing the love we got from the fans, and yeah, like you said, especially from being here, it hits a little different for sure.
How much stronger are you now, and how many times can you throw 225 up?
A lot, and we got this freshman named Jeremiah Kelly. He's like one of the strongest freshmen I ever seen. Like doing a tug of war. I'm like, where we find this guy at, and just his development. I'm seeing him, and like all the young guys, like how strong he is. But that's a testament to Coach Nico. All the technique wise, because you could be the strongest guy, but you're not gonna get as many reps as you want. So it's all about the technique, not necessarily about the strength.
How much different is it now, health being taken care of and being able to attack an off season without having all the concerns and everything that you had to go through last year?
Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I came back, obviously, is to prove to everybody that I can play at a high level. What I had dealing with last year and going through an off season this year, going through a full off season, having a plan with Coach Brandon Garcia, our strength coach, and Coach Chris, and like all the guys that I do different type of extra work to be in top shape, because I can't do some of the things not necessarily. So we just keeping me in top shape.
How tempting was the NFL contact for both of you?
It was hard. I took a full week to think about it, but I wanted to make sure I was happy with it. And I talked over with my family, and they said it was a no-brainer to come back and just get better and develop and just help this team out even more while helping myself out, prove people wrong that I can still play at a high level.
Yeah, like Dante said, it was a tough decision for a little bit, but I kind of knew right away this is where what I wanted to be doing coming back for another year. But I was just weighing my options out a little bit. But yeah, like Dante said as well, it was a no-brainer. And only being here for 1 year this past season, I wasn't ready to move on, and I wanted to give it another shot.
What's the next level look like for you and Sorsby? Having a year together, understanding each other, where you like the ball, what he likes to do, how much higher can the ceiling go?
Yeah, it can go a lot higher, and we're still working through some things, but as, from this time last year, kind of this time now, it's night and day. I kind of understand a little bit what he kind of wants me to do, and, a lot of the times, route running wise, it's kind of, you just got to feel like you'll have certain depth on a route, but most of the time you're not hitting that. You got to find zones, and Sorsby kind of knows what I'm seeing, and I kind of know what he's seeing, so we kind of just build that bond. And yeah, I'm super excited to get back to work with him and just build it again for next year or next season.
Joe, you were featured in the video where you took some of the new transfers to Skyline. Walk us through what that experience was like for you and what were their thoughts on the whole situation there?
Yeah, it was a cool little funny thing to do. Obviously, being from here, I'm a huge Skyline fan, and if the cameras, it was just kind of weird a little bit because we're just sitting there and there's all these cameras watching us eat. So, like, if those cameras weren't there, I probably would have inhaled 5 conies real quick, but wasn't trying to do that. But yeah, it was just kind of funny seeing a different kind of perspective on what Skyline would be like to some guys who are out of town or not from here, because to them it's really weird kind of what Skyline is, but yeah, like to us it's kind of second nature. Like we don't think anything twice about it, but it was good, and it was good kind of seeing their reactions.
Dante, you have a new sandwich coming out, or how's the old one selling?
I was just talking to Tom from Bucketheads, and I think we're working something up for this year, so we got to stay tuned for that.
I asked Brendan this. How's the reception been for you guys, for people that follow the program? And you were 5-2 and finished 5-7. You're out in the public, down at the wrestling and all that. What do you hear from people?
They still be honest no matter what our record is. They always want to be behind us, supporting us. It's been nothing but love from the fans that I got, and they said they're excited for this year and will be coming to offer.
Yeah, I haven't had any bad experiences with fans or people. They're all extremely supportive of us, and just like us, they want us to win as well. So they're backing us hard.
Dante, I asked Gavin about this. Both of them kind of said that the workouts are hard every day and it's really challenging. Do you kind of see that challenging people's true authentic love for the game of football when they're pushed to their limits, and how have you seen this group kind of respond in that way?
I mean, me and Joe can talk about that yesterday. Jeremiah Kelly, again, this is a guy, we was doing fourth quarter, we had 25 reps of different type of things, and we were doing the push-ups. And then I see across from me is Joe Royer and Tywee Walker was helping him up, literally putting their head under him to try to lift him up. It's I don't see a lot of teams doing that, and seeing how connected we are this year. And it's because we're a young team this year, a very young team, and we just teaching them the ropes, and they're listening and they're grasping it. So.
There were a lot of freshmen that got on the field last year. Any of those guys jumping out too in this offseason that it feels like they're ready to take that experience they got and take a leap?
Yeah, it's starting on the offensive side, specifically the tight end room. Gavin Grover, young guy, played a decent amount of snaps for us last year as a true freshman, and he's changed his body from what he kind of looked like 6 months ago even till now. It's night and day. So he's been putting in the work, working on everything that could help him be a better tight end. And Devin Zahersky as well, another young guy. So I'm really happy to kind of see what they've been doing for us. And then, yeah, on the defensive side, you got Sanks and Simeon and, great players for us last year, and super excited to see what they do for us this year again.
Yeah, obviously those two guys. But as far as D-line-wise, Marquez Parker, trying to get him more, mature, as far as, taking care of his body and being available for our guys. And just how deep we is this year with the young guys we brought in, Tim, Griff, and Cordell. They just, we haven't had bigger, taller guys like that in a minute. So that's me. My job, Rob Jackson's job, is to teach them, develop them before we leave here so they can be able to pass it on.
What about your guy Gerd? Do people gravitate to him based on he's got a title?
Yeah, he's my age, so he's been in college for a little while now, so he kind of understands it. So he has had no problems coming in here and kind of dealing with the workouts and the culture because he's already had it instilled in him a little bit. But yeah, I think when you think about it, it's cool. We have a national champion on our team, and I think guys do kind of recognize that and, kind of go towards him for advice, maybe whatever it is, or kind of just asking what they did differently to help potentially us down here. But, yeah, he's been doing great so far, and he's had no issues fitting in the locker room culture or anything, and guys like him as well.
Yeah, you could definitely tell when he stepped foot up, like in the locker room. It's his presence alone, like his leadership alone. It's like another captain on his team instantly when he stepped foot.
Well, the guy looks downright biblical, doesn't he?
Kind of going off of that, Joe, what did it mean to you that Patrick was kind of willing to, bet on Cincinnati and bet on what you were saying about the team and willing to spend a season or a couple seasons here at Cincinnati?
Yeah, as soon as I found out he was getting in the portal, I spent 4 seasons or 4 years with him up at Ohio State, and we used to live together as well. So he was already one of my closer friends, and as soon as I heard he was getting in the portal, I knew this would be a perfect opportunity for him, because we just lost Francis Sherman, and he would kind of be in that role, and I thought he could do it really well and do some like fullback stuff for us as well, like he did at Ohio State. But yeah, I was just super glad we were able to get him. No, I don't really think it was any question as to where else he would want to go. He knew this would be a perfect opportunity for him, and I'm super glad to be playing with him again.
Dante, I talked to Trey Smith recently about when he reached out to you last year when you were diagnosed with blood clots. He had gone through the same thing at Tennessee. What did that conversation mean to you and do for you?
Yeah, it was a game changer, having that feeling like being all alone, like when that news broke, I had like a lot of anxiety coming out. And then once he texted me, Zach, our media guy, he gave me options to people that had it, and Trey was a perfect one to, overlook me. Like, this what I did in this type of situation in rehab, like, all that stuff helped out, and it just made me have like a brighter day, because it was dark clouds some days, like not thinking I was gonna come back or anything like that. And he helped a lot, and we still got a relationship to this day. Like, I can text him and like how do you like go through this, and how do you like ways I can like get through this, and he'll just give me options.
What was the Monday Night Raw experience like for you guys, and did you have to console Sorsby when John Cena turned heel? It sounded like it messed him up pretty bad.
Yeah, Sorsby, he's different. Like, I remember when we was there, it was like a wrestler named Natalia. I look over, and he just hugging her. I'm like, Sorsby, sit down. Like, it's just like, but me and Sorsby, like 1-2 punch as far as like wrestling fans. Like, I still love it to this day, but he's like in his own different world once we get in that arena.
Bearcat Battle Royal, who wins?
I got myself, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm taking myself as well.
You throwing him over the top?
I'll figure out a way to get him out of there.
Throw like a coney or somewhere to distract him.
Would that be like Hogan slamming the Giant, or what?
I mean, he lived with Nico, he'd be all right.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no, I was a big WWE fan growing up. I fell away from it once I kind of got older. So
he's like 20 years late. He was calling people names, and I'm like, brother, they retired like 15 years ago.
I haven't kept up with kind of the newer guys that have come in, but yeah, I used to be a big time fan when I was younger, and that was my first time ever at like a WWE event, and it was actually really entertaining. And I mean,
yeah, then
I would go back.
Yeah, then we met Pat McAfee, like that was pretty cool, and then we met Michael Cole, a long time announcer there, so it was a great experience.
Did you talk to him about the developmental program? They bring college guys in.
Yeah, I know, but he had to go. I'm like, come on, Pat, you need to talk to me, but he had to go, so I tried. But my boy Cam Jones, he's somewhere right there, so I'm gonna try and get at him to get in there.
Any other questions? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate you.